Hello and welcome to our class. This week we're going to be talking about sleep and specifically how sleep benefits the brain and helps us to remember better. So today we will discuss the role of sleep in a strong brain. We'll describe the process in the brain and the hormones that enhance or inhibit sleep. We'll understand the stages of sleep and how to identify them. We'll discover how sleep enhances your memory and ways to use sleep for better memories. We will learn tips on how to improve the quality of sleep, and we will have several activities in our Zoom class, not during this presentation, which will help you to better understand the concepts. So that reminds you that after this is over, you still want to attend the Zoom if you can on Wednesday evening. How does sleep affect your brain's health? Well, specific sleep stages are associated with different types of learning and memory foundation. Hormones are involved in helping or hindering sleep, and sleep comes in cycles, which is useful in determining the best time to sleep and wake. Our lesson will look into these factors and help you determine the best amount of sleep and some ways to improve your sleep patterns. Think of your brain like a busy city that needs quiet time for maintenance. During your waking hours, your brain is constantly working, taking in information, solving problems, controlling movements, and processing emotions. All this activity builds up, and your brain needs sleep to clean it up. So during sleep, your brain cleans out waste products that build up during the day. It's like a nighttime cleaning crew sweeping the streets of that busy city. Your brain needs sleep to save memories. Sleep gives your brain time to sort through what you've learned and experienced during the day, storing important information in long-term memory. It's similar to filing away important documents instead of leaving them scattered on your desk. Sleep also helps your brain to recharge. Your brain cells use sleep time to repair themselves and prepare for another day of activity. Just like recharging your phone at night, your brain needs this downtime to work well the next day. Sleep is also important for processing emotions. While you sleep, your brain works through the day's emotional experiences, helping you to cope better with life's up and down. And this is why getting good sleep helps you to think more clearly, remember better, and feel more emotionally balanced the next day. Your brain has different regions that work together like a sleep center. Now, the hypothalamus is the main controller. It gets information about light from your eyes and tells your body when to sleep or wake up. The pons, which is part of the brain stem and sits at the base of your brain, that helps you to switch between being awake and falling asleep. It triggers REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, regulates breathing, and prevents you from acting out your dreams during REM sleep. While you sleep, the thalamus, which is known as your brain's relay station, becomes quiet during most stages to block out noise and sound. But during dreams, it becomes active again, sending images and sounds to your brain's outer layer, the cortex. The pineal gland, a small area deep in your brain, releases melatonin when it gets dark to help you feel sleepy. Parts of your brain, like the amygdala, which handles emotions, and areas that process memories, become more active during different sleep stages. All these parts work together, using special brain chemicals like GABA to help you relax and sleep, and adenosine to make you feel sleepy. And by the way, that's why coffee keeps you awake. It blocks adenosine. As we just mentioned, your brain has hormones that are involved in the sleep-wake cycle. So here's some of them. First, there's melatonin, the darkness hormone. Melatonin is produced by the pineal gland. It starts increasing in the evening, about 2 hours before bedtime, reaching its peak in the middle of the night between 2 and 4 a.m. The hormone signals that it's time to sleep when darkness falls, and it acts like your body's internal sunset alarm. Levels stay high throughout the night and then drop in the morning when you're exposed to light. GABA is known as the relaxation chemical. It's released by the hypothalamus and your brain stem throughout the night, but it's especially active during the early stages of sleep. It's a calming chemical, and it helps keep your brain activity quiet. It also helps relax your muscles, working like the brain's quiet down signal. It's particularly important in those first few hours of sleep when your body is transitioning from wakefulness to deep sleep. Next, we've mentioned already adenosine. That is your sleep pressure builder. So adenosine builds up in your basal forebrain gradually during your waking hours. The longer you stay awake, the more adenosine accumulates. Adenosine makes you feel increasingly sleepy. The levels are lowest in the morning after a good night's sleep and highest in the evening right before bedtime. When you sleep, adenosine levels decrease, which is why you feel refreshed in the morning. And that's, of course, as we said, why caffeine keeps you awake, because it blocks adenosine from doing its job. Next is the growth hormone, the repair hormone. Growth hormone is released by the pituitary gland primarily during the first few hours of sleep, especially during the deep sleep stages. The largest surge occurs about an hour after you fall asleep, with smaller pulses throughout the night. This hormone works like your body's nighttime maintenance crew, helping to repair and restore your body while you sleep. And then finally, there's the cortisol hormone, the wake-up hormone. So while cortisol is made by the adrenal glands, it's controlled by the hypothalamus. Its levels are lowest around midnight and start rising in the early morning hours, peaking just before you wake up, usually around 8 a.m. This natural pattern helps you feel alert and ready to start your day, working as your body's natural morning alarm clock. Levels then gradually decline during the day, helping to maintain your normal sleep-wake cycle. There are two basic types of sleep. That would be rapid eye movement, known as REM, and non-REM sleep. REM and non-REM sleep are both linked to specific brain waves and neuronal activity. During a typical night, you cycle through all the stages of non-REM and REM sleep several times, with increasingly longer, deeper REM periods occurring towards morning. The cycle starts over every 80 to 100 minutes. There's usually 4 to 6 cycles a night, and you may wake up briefly between the cycles. Stage 1, non-REM sleep, is the changeover from wakefulness to sleep. This is a very short period, lasting several minutes, of relatively light sleep, when your heartbeat, breathing, and eye movements slow down and your muscles relax with occasional twitches. Your brain waves begin to slow down from their daytime wakefulness patterns. Stage 2, non-REM sleep, it's a period of light sleep before you enter deeper sleep. Your heartbeat and breathing are slow, your muscles relax even further, your body temperature drops, and your eye movements stop. Now, you do spend more of your repeated sleep cycles in stage 2 sleep than in any other sleep stages. Stage 3, non-REM sleep, is that period of deep sleep that you need to feel refreshed in the morning. It occurs in longer periods during the first half of the night. Your heartbeat and breathing slow to their lowest levels during sleep. Your muscles are relaxed, and it may be difficult to awaken you in this stage. REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, first occurs around 90 minutes after falling asleep. Your eyes move rapidly from side to side behind your closed eyelids. Mixed frequency brainwave activity becomes closer to that seen in wakefulness. Your breathing becomes faster and irregular, and your heart rate and blood pressure increase to near waking levels. Most of your dreaming occurs during REM sleep, although some can also occur in non-REM sleep. Your arm and leg muscles become temporarily paralyzed, and that prevents you from acting out your dreams. As you age, you sleep less of your time in REM sleep. Memory consolidation most likely requires both non-REM and REM sleep. Have you ever noticed why things seem clearer after a good night's sleep? It's because your brain uses sleep time to sort through and store your memories, like a librarian organizing books at night after the library closes. So let's look at how this works with different types of memories. Your brain handles three types of memories during sleep. First, there's declarative memory. That's your what memories, like facts, names, and events. For example, remembering your grandchild's birthday, where you parked your car at the grocery store, or the name of the new neighbor that just moved in. When you sleep, your brain strengthens these memories so you can recall them better later. The second type is procedural memory, your how-to memories. Think about learning how to use your new smartphone, or remembering the steps in your exercise class, or even mastering a new recipe. Have you ever struggled with a new TV remote control all evening and then found that you could use it better after a good night's sleep? That's your procedural memory at work. The third kind is emotional memory, memories tied to feelings. This may be similar to remembering how proud you felt at your granddaughter's graduation, or how nervous you were before a dental appointment. Sleep helps process those emotional memories, often making stressful memories less intense the next day. That's why things that upset us in the evening don't seem quite as troubling in the morning. During deep sleep, your brain plays a fascinating game of memory ping pong. Think of it like sorting through your day's photo album, deciding which pictures to keep in your permanent collection. Your brain moves memories back and forth, making important ones stronger and clearer. As we look at how the brain regulates sleep, it's important to understand that the sleep follows a rhythmic pattern. One commonly discussed concept is the 90-minute sleep cycle, which is based on research into the stages of sleep. Now, it is important to note that this 90-minute cycle is an approximation. Sleep cycles vary from person to person and can even differ slightly from night to night. For most people, the cycle ranges between 70 and 110 minutes. This variability is normal and is influenced by factors like age, health, and sleep quality. Now, as we discussed earlier, during each sleep cycle, the brain transitions through the different stages. Light sleep, which is non-REM, the body begins to relax. Deeper relaxation, which is non-REM stage 2, your heart rate slows and your body temperature drops. Deep sleep, non-REM stage 3, is important for body restoration. And then, of course, REM sleep, the dreaming stage, where your brain is active. On an average night, a person may complete 4 to 6 cycles, moving through these cycles in a recurring pattern. This rhythmic cycling helps your brain and body perform critical functions like memory consolidation, emotional processing, and physical repair. Now, while the 90-minute rule is often used as a guide for planning sleep schedules or naps, it's not a strict rule set in stone. Think of it as a helpful framework and not an exact science, since your personal sleep rhythm might be slightly shorter or longer. And by the way, if you come to class or if you read the handout, you'll be directed to an activity which will help you calculate your ideal sleep pattern based on what time you go to bed or what time you wake up. So look on our handout on our course website or join us in Wednesday night's class for that activity. Now, there are things that you can do for better sleep and stronger memories. Here's some ideas. The first one's called the memory and sleep connection. So this is when you try to learn important things in the evening before bed. So if you're learning a new card game, practice it before bedtime. Or review important information like appointment times before going to sleep. If you're learning new technology, do a final practice in the evening and then let sleep cement the steps. The second option is a memory-friendly sleep routine. So go to bed at the same time each night if you can. Avoid looking at your phones or tablets an hour before bed. Try reading something that you want to remember during this quiet time, and then keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Another option is the morning review. In the morning, try to recall what you learned the night before. Notice how the details are often clearer after sleep. Practice any new skills that you learned yesterday, and then write down important memories from the day before. And then finally, you can time your learning. So schedule those challenging activities like learning new technology when you're well rested. Take a short nap after learning something new if you can. Do you have any important appointments? Well, get a good sleep the night before, and then try to learn complex things in the evening before you sleep rather than first thing in the morning. The key here is that challenging activities, when you're initially learning them, should take place when you're well rested, while the evening time should be to practice what you have learned. Remember, just like a phone needs recharging, your brain needs good sleep to store memories properly. Even a simple nap can help lock in the new information. So next time you're learning something new, make sure to follow it up with good sleep. Your memory will thank you. What are some things that you can do to improve your sleep habits? Here are some ideas. First, establish a ritual for winding down before bed. Relax, take a warm bath, read, or some other relaxing routine. Try journaling before bed or listening to relaxing music. Next, limit light exposure, especially from digital technology, late in the evening, and refrain from social media or any type of upsetting news coverage as well. Go to bed and get up at the same time every day, following an established bedtime routine. You may be able to prevent interruptions to your circadian rhythm that could lead to sleep problems. Set your bedtime when you're able to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Plan your nightly routine so that you'll be sleepy, and go to bed with time with adequate rest before you have to wake up. Limit certain foods and drinks before bedtime. Alcohol and sleep aids are not good ideas because they're more likely to cause sleep disturbances. Avoid large and heavy meals before bed, and stay away from caffeine in the afternoons, which can stay in your system for as long as 10 to 12 hours and keep you awake at night. Engage in daily activities that nourish you. Connect and visit with friends and family. If that's not possible to have an in-person visit, reach out using the telephone or video calls, or send emails or cards or handwritten letters. Be physically active during the day and get outside. Exercise early in the day to bolster your mood and help you get that natural sunlight you need, which signals to your brain that it is daytime and will help to establish your rhythm of sleep-wake cycle. Don't go to bed if you're not sleepy. Going to bed when you're not sleepy can result in frustration with not being able to go to sleep, and that frustration can make it even harder to get to sleep. If you can't get to sleep, do something else like reading or listening to music until you feel tired. Don't worry if you wake up at night. If it takes more than 15 or 20 minutes to fall back to sleep, get out of bed and try reading or listening to soft music for a while, and then try again. But don't use your electronics at that time. That might stimulate you to wake up. So in conclusion, use this lesson to help you sleep for a healthier lifestyle. And don't forget to join our Zoom meeting on Wednesday evening, where we'll include activities to help you understand sleep, the sleep stages, and the 90-minute rule. Let us know how this lesson helped you to better understand sleep and adapt those lifestyle changes for sleep and a healthy brain. Sleep well.